So Lattafa released their Give Me Gourmand collection, which is 6 different dessert-inspired fragrances, and I have all 6 of them here. So we're gonna smell all of them, break down the notes, and see what we like and we don't like. So by the end of today's video, we're gonna find out if these dessert-inspired fragrances are actually worth spending your money on and wearing them, or if they're just whimsical and impractical. So the very first fragrance we're gonna talk about is called Cookie Crave. What I love about all these bottles is how fun, whimsical, playful, they're just very cute. I love the detail on all of them. They're just very specific. And I think it's so fun to have a product like this because I don't have anything like any of these on any of my fragrance shelves or in any of my fragrance collections. Nothing. My biggest concern when it comes to like food or dessert inspired fragrances is, are they going to be wearable? Because just because something smells good in the bottle doesn't mean you'd actually want to walk around and smell like it. So it's one of those things where it's like you have to make sure it smells what you're trying to make it smell like, but also have it be balanced enough to wear. So Cookie Crave is going to be a chocolate cookie. It's going to be kind of nutty, kind of creamy. To me, I get a lot of like, almost like a biscotti in it. Like a fresh baked chocolate chip cookie with like a little bit of extra chocolate in it, but not so much chocolate to where I would call this like a chocolate forward fragrance. It's like, here's chocolate forward and it's like right there. And then like the baseline is like down here. So it's like kind of in the middle, but like up a little bit. To me, this is very creamy. It's very inviting. It's delicious, but it's definitely not one that I would want to wear on a regular basis. I could pair this with something else to kind of lighten the chocolate notes and lighten that cookie note and that cookie accord, but I don't know if I would necessarily want to all the time. If I was going to, I would pair something very vanilla focused with this, and we do have vanilla focused fragrances in this collection. But for me personally, this isn't one that I would want to wear all the time. And honestly, I probably wouldn't wear it ever, like on its own. Probably not. I will say that with this fragrance, like as I keep smelling it, even just on like on the stick, that like it's kind of intense at first, and then it definitely kind of rolls back and dials down a little bit rather quickly. I feel like people would be torn with this because it's not so overwhelmingly strong that you're like, oh my God, I'm literally drenched in like a cookie fragrance. I'm just oozing chocolate chip cookie vibes. It's not that strong, but it's also not delicate or light either. Like I said, it's kind of in the middle. So I don't know. If you really wanted to smell like a chocolate cookie, I think you would like this. If you're like, nah, I'd rather just smell more chocolate focused or like creamy vanilla focused, you know, this isn't one for you. Next up, we have Whipped Pleasure. So this was actually the very first fragrance that I got to try from the Give Me Gourmand collection. I'm really excited about this. Again, I just want to show you the bottle actually like super up close. I just really want you to like take in the detail of this. I think it's so fun. Now this is supposed to be whipped cream vibes, vanilla, just a really creamy, decadent, soft, fluffy, playful fragrance. I think this is one that would go well with Cookie Crave. Yeah, to me, this is nice. It's sweet, it's decadent, it's fluffy, think whipped cream, think like a really creamy evaporated milk, like a condensed milk, I'm sorry, and like a nice soft vanilla. It's playful. There's a little bit of like, I'm not sure 100% if there's like an almond note in it, but I get some sort of nuttiness, some sort of almond something from it. This is far more wearable than the last one. I would say if you're looking for like a vanilla focused fragrance, this out of this collection is not it. We're gonna talk about Vanilla Freak in a moment. That's gonna be your vanilla focused one. This is like Vanilla Freak adjacent. This is a vanilla fragrance adjacent. So it's like, it's almost there, but not quite. This is like a really low level vanilla, but primarily fluffy whipped cream, sugared cream, kind of, it's like slightly buttery. It's just a really nice, soft, sweet, fluffy cream moment. This I think would pair well with every single fragrance that we're gonna talk about today. I would definitely consider this a really safe fragrance. Next, I wanna jump right into Vanilla Freak since we were just kind of talking about that. This is going to be your vanilla focused fragrance. Again, super cute, love all the details. I love everything about this. I love everything about this entire collection visually. Not all the scents, but visually, I love everything about it. Let's give it a little spray, spray, spray. I always waft it so I can make sure I pick up as much as I can on the stick. Yeah, this is nice. This is like kind of a different take on a vanilla fragrance. To me, it's kind of nuttier. It's kind of brighter than a traditional vanilla. My personal favorite vanilla fragrance in my entire collection, and honestly, my favorite that I've ever smelled, is That Girl Viral Vanilla from Paul Reacts and Okja, because I just want something that is so stereotypical traditional vanilla. It's creamy, it's warm, it's inviting, it's fluffy, it's smooth, like it's delectable, it's decadent, like all those descriptions. That's what I want out of a vanilla. This is like, it wants to be that, but it's not quite there. This is lighter, kind of brighter. It's lacking the depth and the richness that I love from a vanilla fragrance. So I would definitely, again, call this one a very safe vanilla, because if you're someone who's like, I like vanilla, but not super intense, this would work for you. If you want something that's just lighter and definitely you can layer with other fragrances and not have it be overwhelming, this would be the one for you. But I think if you want something that is that true, genuine, decadent, creamy, just super, super in your face vanilla, it's not this. A lot of these scents are not super intense. Some of the notes pull a bit more strongly than others, but I feel like the majority of these fragrances from this collection are rather safe. I also would say that the majority of these are pretty well balanced where I can smell one or two of the notes right away, but then it quickly bounces out and I can smell a couple other things. And throughout the day, again, you know, as the fragrance develops, you pull more of those notes, mid notes, base notes, all the things, because sometimes fragrances are overwhelming. You just get punched in the face with one note and that's all you smell and it just overtakes the entire thing. And it's just not a win for me. Next up, we have my personal favorite from this collection. This is called Berry on Top. If you're looking for a photorealistic strawberry fragrance, this is not gonna be the one for you. If you don't know what that means, photorealistic means it smells exactly like what the real item is. So a photorealistic banana fragrance, for example, is gonna smell like you walked up to a banana, peeled it, opened it, and smelled it. So when I say that this is not photorealistic, I mean it doesn't smell like you walked up to a fresh batch of strawberries and smelled it. Sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing. When it comes to strawberry fragrances, I like a more synthetic smell. I mean, I want that playful, light strawberry scent, and that's what I get from this. It's berry vibes, strawberry, a little bit of apple. It's crisp, fresh, light. It's playful. It's definitely not intense. Like, this is definitely one that is so wearable, and this is one that I think would balance out any vanilla fragrance so well. It would be very surprising to me if I paired this with a different vanilla and it didn't work together. I also think this is great to kind of alter some other strawberry focused or fruit focused fragrances, because if we're talking some fragrances like Sugar Rush by Okja, which is like right there, it's light, it's bright, it's kind of fruity, but I've always said I want it to be more strawberry, like raspberry focused. I want a note like that to pull through more or be added. This would balance that out perfectly. If you paired this with a mango fragrance, like I have Mango Hour Viral Vanilla right there, that's a mango and vanilla fragrance all in one. Add in a strawberry note to it, game over. So this is definitely easily my favorite fragrance from this entire collection. I already have two more for you. Up next, we have Choco Overdose. The design of this one is a cute little chocolate bar, all the little chocolate icing on top or whatever this is, but I knew before I even smelled this that I was like, probably not gonna like this. I really don't like the smell of chocolate anything. It's just, I don't like chocolate in general. I'll eat like a chocolate candy bar here and there, or maybe a brownie, but like cake or ice cream or syrups, things like that, no. So this one I was like, okay, I'll give it a fair chance like always, but I was like, yeah, it's very cocoa forward, chocolate forward for sure. But again, if you want to smell like a candy bar, like a chocolate candy bar, this is exactly what you're gonna want. If you want to add a dash of chocolate into a different fragrance pairing that you have, maybe you're doing something cherry focused or vanilla focused, this would be perfect. Now, fun fact, I actually wore this all day yesterday because I was like, you know, it really hits you in the face with the chocolate right off the bat, which I don't love. But I was like, let me see how it wears throughout the day, especially after it dries down. And it's definitely much more mellow throughout the day. You'll definitely pick up the hints of the chocolate throughout the day, but it becomes much more wearable, much more subtle, because I mean, it should as it goes throughout the day, as all fragrances should as they go throughout the day. But definitely this is something where, like, if you didn't want to smell like a complete walking chocolate bar, but you did want to smell like a little bit of a chocolate something later on, I would spray this on before you leave the house, like 30 to 45 minutes before you leave the house, to where you have to like be around people. My thing too with fragrances is sometimes I'm like, okay, it does smell exactly like it's described. This, for example, does exactly that, but it still doesn't mean it's something that I'd want to wear. And that's where I feel like people get confused. Like, just because you wouldn't wear something doesn't mean you don't like it, or doesn't mean it's not a good fragrance. You know, there's different combinations of all those moments. So for me, this fragrance is an example of it smells exactly as it's described. I definitely can see people who would love to wear this, but at the same time, it's not a fragrance that I would want to wear. It doesn't mean it's a bad fragrance. It just means it's not a scent profile that I want to wear. And last but not least, we have Mallow Madness. I was really excited to try this fragrance out because I had just tried a marshmallow-based fragrance like a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month max, and I was very surprised by it. So I was thinking to myself, is this gonna be like a similar experience for all marshmallow-based fragrances, or is it like a one-time thing? So I had to try this. Yeah, this smells very similar to the one that I tried from a different brand. This is fluffy, it's light, it's very sweet. Think like sugar spun cotton candy almost, or like sugar spun vanilla whipped cream. If that was even a thing, that's what it would be like. This to me is very wearable, it's very safe. If you're someone that's like, I typically like vanilla fragrances, but I don't want it to be super intense today, you could get away with this because while it's not technically a vanilla, there are definitely some notes in here that give you that experience of like a lighter, softer vanilla fragrance. So again, very safe. It's just very sweet. It's light, it's bright. It kind of, if I had to describe it in one word, I would say bubbly, or maybe boozy. Like, think Prosecco, how it's like champagne where it's just very bubbly and crisp. I get that at the very same time that I get like that sweetness and that creaminess. This is one that I definitely love, and I've actually already worn this a few times. My favorite pairing with this, because I've already been playing around with some fragrance layering and combos and whatnot. So I paired Mallow Madness with Berry on Top, and it was a 10 out of 10. I paired Mallow Madness with Vanilla Freak, and these were amazing together. And I paired Mallow Madness with Choco Overdose, and surprisingly, I had a much better experience than wearing this on its own. For me personally, it made Choco overdose, much more tolerable, and it was just a really delicious, delectable dessert fragrance combo. All right, so that wraps up our little breakdown of all 6 of the new fragrances from the Give Me Gourmand line from Lattafa. I definitely would say that there was a rather good variety of fragrances in here. I definitely don't think there's any in this collection where people are gonna be like, oh, that's absolutely disgusting. Like, nobody in the right mind would wear that. But I also don't think there's any that are like, oh my God, this is the best thing I've ever smelled. Everyone's gonna want that. I feel like all of these are kind of like in the middle, and I definitely could see like the different types of people that would wear all these different fragrances. I think at the end of the day, it's better to be safer with fragrances than to be super polarizing. So if you have a sweet tooth like me, I think you'll enjoy this collection. That is all I have in today's video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up down below. Don't forget to click that big red subscribe button so you can join my YouTube family, and I'll see you all in the next one.